You're listening to the Public Affairs Podcast. My next guest is a professional creative, barber, motivational influencer, and now author. And she is actually my barber. Please welcome for the first time on the Public Affairs Podcast, KayyG.Legacy. Welcome.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad that you are here. So, you have had me featured on some of the content that you produce and put out on social media. We've had some conversation. Yeah. Well, let's get into your book. It's called Hero, A Guide to Channeling Your Inner Glow Through All the
Yeah.
Wow. Well, one, I knew that you were one of those.
Yeah.
One of them. Just from our interaction from at the gym at level 1 to me discovering that you're a one-stop shop with the hair. Like, you cut hair, you braid, you twist, you do it all. She's a one-stop shop if you go and deal with her. And we've had these incredible conversations about, knowing self.
Yeah.
So with Hero, A Guide to Channeling Your Inner Glow Through All this, what was the catalyst for you to write this book?
Yeah, not gonna lie to you, KG. I've always been a bookworm, and I always knew that I was gonna write a book at some point in my world. But what stimulated it at this time was I was going through a pretty tough hardship, and I would say ending of a relationship. And what that did for me is allow me to sit with self. My 32nd birthday was the first time since 17 that I experienced it as a single individual, and I loved it. But although my relationships were beautiful, in this phase of my life, I feel like God set me down and said, you know what, I need you to just be, and not to say that I didn't know how to just be alone and articulate my thoughts and think and, elevate. But it was a certain level of elevation that came when I was alone for a consistent amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is now my thoughts have to come out in some kind of place without being distracted over months in. And that's where Hero came about. So Hero is essentially a book that now, as I reflect on it, because I'm also reading it again myself outside of just writing it, the word is cognitive transmutation. The word is mental alchemy, right? So what I've discovered is God gave me the gift of overcoming challenges, tough challenges. And a lot of people don't know a lot of the challenges that I've been through when it comes to Crohn's disease, when it comes to obesity, when it comes to relationships, trying to figure out what your career is going to be when you're in corporate, but you also want to be a creative. And, we all go through these mental battles, but the goal is how to elevate from these battles, right? And what I've learned is I have a gift of channeling these battles into something that's positive, right? And so that's what transmutation means. That's what being a hero means in your own life. How do you take these challenges? How do you take this fear, this doubt, these insecurities, and turn it into faith, hope? How do you turn it into positivity, abundance, wisdom? How do you learn from it? And being able to channel it not only in your mind, but to take it outside of your world. So a lot of people, they feel an aura about me, and I feel like that's why you and I connect so greatly. Because the way you're looking at me, I feel like you have your own moments where you channel these thoughts into bringing it into the world in a positive way that could elevate you, and other people receive that. And that's what Hero is about. And I feel like God gave us all this gift, but it's the practice of knowing that you can be something, knowing that you're going through something, but it could turn into something else, and having the faith and being hopeful and fearless to go through the challenge and grow through the challenge and glow through the challenge. So we all grow through things, but to be able to glow from it, to shine from it, to walk into the door and people feel you and they don't know nothing about you, but it's something about you that makes them feel embraced and confident and like, man, you just made me feel good just for being in my presence. That's a practice. And that's what Hero is all about.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
KayyG. I keep turning to this one page where your bookmark says abundance is a choice, and that is true because
Yes.
as you were just talking, I thought to myself like, yeah, all is the mind,
Yes.
and the mind is all.
Yes.
So I keep turning to this page, and it says, understand your reality, but don't get stuck in it. Acknowledge the challenges you face, but don't let them keep you in a place of darkness.
Yes.
So just reading that, I am reminded of the lovely Miss Tina Knowles. She said, it's called going through.
Yeah.
You're going through it. You're not supposed to stay there.
Yes.
It's going through.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so,
Yes.
yeah.
That's beautiful. I'm glad you said that. Because a lot of people get stuck.
And they stay there.
And they want to be victimized. They
Yeah.
fall in love
Yeah.
with the pain, you know, and I challenge everyone that's able to hear this right now is to feel it, acknowledge it, and understand that this is your path. This is your journey. And
That's right.
there's a lot of things that people can't deal with what I dealt with and vice versa. But to understand that this is what you got dealt with and to find the beauty in what comes from that, from the people that you meet, the conversations that you have, the resources that you seek, the books that you read, the videos that comes to you, and grow through that. You know, don't allow yourself to abandon yourself in hardship. I think that you're giving yourself an injustice, and I think you're giving the world an injustice by not elevating yourself and becoming wiser from those challenges. You know what I mean? The biggest difference between humans and any other creature in this world, God gave us the ability to have a thought and have those seeds plant in our mind and to grow a garden in our mind, and for us to take that garden and to bring it into the physical. It does take a level of doing your part in this world to master that. I think that's what God gave us the ability and the gift to do. All of us have it. Nobody needs to be perfect. It's messy. We're in a messy world, but it's so beautiful.
Well, here it is. We're all connected.
Yes.
And so, you know, what the powers that we don't want is for us to come together like Voltron. There were all different parts of the gigantic robot. You know, one person was the right leg, one was the left leg, one was the right arm, one was the left arm, one was the body, one was the head.
Yeah.
And then when things went down, they all came together to form Voltron and, you know, beat the enemy. We can go.
Yeah.
But how this is set up today, I gotta end it here. But you are having a book signing for Hero. When?
Yeah. So the book signing is May 18th.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday, it will be at Nameless.
Okay, right there on Fountain View and
Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond and Fountain View.
Yeah, from 1 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
So come out, meet me, get a book, meet other creatives and intellects and people who's just going through their journey. Anybody who's able to get attracted to me or this book, I feel like you are on a great wave, and I would love to be a part of your journey.
Indeed.
Yeah.
KayyG.Legacy, the author of Hero, a guide to channeling your inner glow through all the next Sunday, 1 until 3. She's having a book signing at Nameless, right there at Richmond and Fountain View.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, KayyG.
Indeed.
Well,
I appreciate
you.